Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Okay, great. Thanks. I see Rick is here, but he's not on screen. Oh, there you are. Okay. Okay, it's now 4:31 p.m. I would like to call to order the First Peninsula Unified School District Special Board Meeting of August 25th, 2021 to order. Our first order of business will be public comment on closed session items. The public will be given the opportunity to address the board on closed session agenda items. Remarks should be limited to 3 minutes per person. The board reserves the right to limit public comment beyond a total of 15 minutes per agenda item. Directions on how to submit a comment are available at www.pvpusd.net/feedback. I believe we have Ms. Jeannie Hahn, who will be speaking on a closed session topic.
Mr. Brock, she has not yet entered the waiting room for closed session.
We will give her a few minutes. Ms. Westcott, is Ms. Hahn signing in, or?
I have her currently on the phone. She's having technical difficulties. Jeannie, can you speak? Can you speak a little louder, please?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can we give her the dial-in information?
I sent it to her.
Yeah, she sent it to me. I'm in Pittsburgh right now, and I'm having problems connecting because I'm not at home.
Is this better?
Yeah. How about now?
I can hear her. It's a little broken, but I can hear her.
Okay. Jeannie, do you want to try starting?
Okay, I can start talking and see what happens. And you guys just let me know if you could hear me.
So far, so good.
All right. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank the board for letting me speak. I would like to talk about what happened last week. I think that what occurred last week I think what happened last week lost some confidence in the Board of Education and the district. I was very surprised the protesters coming in and what occurred. You know, I have to be honest with you guys. For the Board of Education district, I've always said that you guys done a great job handling COVID and everything else. But last week really shook my confidence. And as we start a new year with our kids in the district and trying to be in person, I think that I hope the Board of Education district tries to gain our confidence again. I think it's very important that what happened last week does not go unaddressed and that action be taken to address what occurred and to make sure it doesn't happen again. Because I think when we ask our kids to follow the rules and then when we don't follow the rules as a district and parents and the Board of Education, that sends a message to our children. And I'd like to say that I did not have a problem with the protesters speaking at the Board of Education meeting. My main issue was they did not follow guidelines. They didn't follow the rules that were set by the LA County and also our district. And what kind of message does that send? It's important that everybody gets to be heard, because I think that's one of the great things about our district and our community, that we value all voices. But at the same time, those voices must also be following all rules and guidelines. I hope the Board of Education, as they go into closed session, that they ask themselves a simple question: how can we make sure that the district is confident? How can we make sure that the community is confident in what we do, that we say what we do, and that the rules apply to everyone and not just for a few people? And I also have to say that I was so disappointed when I heard the protesters hurl ugly insults at Board Member Crawford, and then I felt like nothing was done. At the minimum, they should have been asked to leave. We are a community of politeness and kindness, and I think that was not on display last week. And the last thing I would like to say is there's been some stories about why or how the protests were led into our boardroom. I'd really like clarification on that. There's been some stories going around, so I hope that district will put out with PVE police about more clarity about how the protests were led in and why they were led in. And I think that something needs to be done, some action needs to be done to restore confidence back into the Board of Education. Because I think what happened shook so many people. I received so many emails and texts from friends who are asking me, like, what is going on? And I had to say, I don't know. But I do believe that you guys will rectify the situation. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hahn. Ms. Westcott, do we have any further public speakers on closed session items?
We have no further speakers on closed session.
So we will now recess to closed session to discuss the following: conference with labor negotiator, public employee performance evaluation, title Assistant Superintendent Administrative Services, public employee performance evaluation, title Superintendent's Evaluation, Superintendent's Goals of 21-22, Superintendent's Action Plan. The superintendent must submit to the Board of Education his annual action plan by September 1st, 2021. Public employee appointment, public employment, PV High School principal, conference with legal counsel, existing litigation, and significant exposure to litigation pursuant to subdivisions D2 and E2 of Government Code Section 54956.9, 2 cases. Snyder v. Powell's First Peninsula USD LASC case number 20STCV 48622. Butler v. Powell's First Peninsula USD case number 21TRC V00016. Item 6 is threat to public services or facilities. Consultation with Chief of Police from the Palos Verdes Estates Police Department, Tony Best. We estimate reconvening to open session at 6:30 p.m. Thank you.